Shri Madhava Mahotsava. Shri Madhava Mahotsava describes the royal bathing and coronation ceremony wherein Srimati Radharani was crowned Vrindavanesvari, the Queen of Vrindavana. Preface. Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavanesvari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold and who is the Queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. In this prayer and in many others, Srimati Radharani is referred to as Vrindavanesvari, the Queen of Vrindavan. While living in Vrindavan during the last 12 years, we often wondered how Srimati Radhika received the name Vrindavanesvari. What exciting pastime lies behind this wonderful name? Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has an unlimited variety of sweet names describing his various transcendental pastimes. The name Govinda, for example, was awarded to Krishna by the king of heaven, Indra, after Krishna vanquished his pride by lifting Govardhan hill. Indra and Surabhi bathed Lord Shri Krishna in a grand abhishek and crowned Krishna as Govinda, the Lord of the cows, the land of Vrindavan, and the Gopas and the Gopis. Similarly, Srimati Radharani received the name Vrindavanesvari after all the Vrajagopis and the demigoddesses performed an elaborate royal abhishek ceremony to officially install her as the Queen of Vrindavan. Srimati Radharani's royal abhishek is mentioned in the Puranas and the writings of the Goswamis, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami's Dhanakeli Kaumudi, texts 78-84. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj refers to Sri Radha's abhishek in Govinda Lilamrit, Madhyam Lila 9.52. Srimati Radhika said, "Because my Saki Vrinda Devi maintains this forest, it is famous as Vrindavan. But after my Raj Abhishek, royal bathing ceremony, wherein I was coronated the Queen of Vrindavan, Vrindavanesvari, Vrinda Devi gave her kingdom to me." In Vrajavilas Tava, text 61, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami also mentions the coronation ceremony of Srimati Radharani. Ordered by Brahma, who spoke from the sky, Purnamasi and other joyful demigoddesses like Savitri sprinkled waters of the Manasa Ganga and the other sacred rivers upon Radha's head to crown her Vrindavanesvari, the Queen of the beautiful forest of Vrindavan. Some acharyas state that Radhika's abhishek occurred in Umraya, which is not far from Barsana, on Magh Purnima, the full moon day, January-February. Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Jiva Goswamipada call the place of Sri Radha's abhishek Unmada Radha, the exalted place where Radha became intoxicated in loving bliss. The fifth wave of Bhakti Ratanakara says, "At Chatravan, Chata, Nandanandana became king, And a few days later, Purnamasi crowned Radharani, the Queen of Vrindavana. Who can possibly describe the pastime of Radharani's Abhishek as the Queen of Vrindavana that was performed here at Radhastali? Srila Prabhupada often glorified Srila Jiva Goswamipada in his books with such statements as Srila Jiva Goswami was the most authoritative acharya of our sampradaya. Nobody can compete with Jiva Goswami's scholarship in Sanskrit and philosophy. That is the verdict of all learned scholars. The world's best philosopher and Sanskrit scholar was Srila Jiva Goswami. His books are still adored by all spiritual sections. All of Sri Jiva Goswamipada's writings are extremely essential and valuable works full of devotional sentiments and siddhanta. They are known as Bhakti Granthas, scriptures full of pure devotion to Krishna. Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami describes Sri Jiva Goswamipada das Tanra Bharatus Putranam Sri Jiva Goswami Yata Bhakti Granta Kaila Tara Anta Nai. Sri Rupa Goswami's nephew, Srila Jiva Goswami, has compiled so many books on devotional service that there is no counting them. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 1, verse 42. In his purport to the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 10, verse 85, Srila Prabhupada praises Jiva Goswamipada's books as very celebrated and presents a list of his major works, wherein Sri Madhava Mahotsava appears as number 7. In the first chapter of Sri Madhava Mahotsava, Sri Jiva Goswamipada explains the form of his work. My goal is to elaborate upon what has been suggested in the Kartika Mahatmya of the Padma Purana, confirmed in the Brihad Gautamya Tantra and Matsya Purana, and described in Sri Rupa Goswami's works such as Dana Keli Kaumudi. 6 years after Sri Rupa Goswami wrote Dana Keli Kaumudi, he ordered Sri Jiva Goswami to compile a book describing the royal Abhishek of Sri Radha and her coronation as the Queen of Vrindavana. Surrendering to Sri Rupa's request, Sri Jiva composed this prayer in the Mangala Charan to Sri Madhava Mahotsava. A great wealth of courage to fulfill the order of Sri Rupa Goswami has made this insignificant creature begin this poetic work with excessive boldness. By the mercy of Sri Rupa Goswami, may the great devotees experiencing Bhakti Ras derive satisfaction from this work. Sri Madhava Mahotsava beautifully depicts Srimati Radhika's Raj Abhishek Leela, wherein she was crowned the Queen of Vrindavana, Vrindavanesvari. One may ask why the book is entitled Sri Madhava Mahotsava, since it is all about Radha's Mahotsava festival. In order to avoid Srimati Radhika's embarrassment due to her naturally shy nature, Sri Krishna instructed Vrindadevi in this way: O Vrinda, make all arrangements such that when the elder women come, they will be happy, and Radha and I will not be embarrassed. Chapter 1. The seed. Paying respects to Sri Krishna and indicating the subject matter of Madhava Mahotsava, which is the wonderful royal Abhishek, bathing ceremony of Shri Radhika. All glories to the splendid rays emanating from the beautiful body of Shri Krishna. As rain clouds increase the pleasure of peacocks, Krishna's glorious effulgence, adorned with streams of water from Radha's Abhishek, bestowed the greatest ecstasy to the eyes of Radha's Sakhis. Prayers. May golden complexioned Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who rose from the ocean of Mother Satchi's womb as a most illustrious moon to churn the nectar ocean of the topmost devotional mellows, spread the rays of his mercy in my heart. May Sri Krishna, who eternally stays in Vrindavan, which is embellished with many large and attractive kunjas, place his feet, which rival the beauty of lotus flowers, upon my head. May Sri Sanatana Goswami, who by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya attained permanent residence in Vrindavan, which is ornamented with great temple-like forests, place his lotus feet upon my head. By the mercy and order of my famous master, the self-satisfied Sri Rupa Goswami, who is worshipable by the whole world, I have begun to write this poem. May Radha's Gopi friends be pleased with me. May all the devotees who are very dear to Lord Hari be pleased with me. O order of my master, I humbly making this request to you. Please utilize all the poetic ingredients of guna, good qualities of poetry, rasa, ecstatic tastes, the soul of poetry, bhava, emotions and moods, the root or basis of poetry, dhvani, subtle implications of words, the life of poetry which manifests the rasa or soul of poetry, alankar, embellishments, figures of speech, and so on, to manifest this new poetic work, revealing the grand festival of Shri Radha's magnificent bathing ceremony. May my father Shri Vallabha, who is the brother of Shri Rupa and Shri Sanatana, a servant of Shri Raghunath Das, and dear to the devotees, bestow his mercy upon me and give me protection. May Srila Raghunath Das, the devotee who is famous in the world and dear to the devotees, who is known as the friend of Shri Rupa and Shri Sanatana, and who was merciful to me like a father, please give me shelter. A great wealth of courage to fulfill the order of Shri Rupa Goswami has made this insignificant creature begin this poetic work with excessive boldness. By the mercy of Shri Rupa Goswami, may the great devotees experienced in Bhakti Rasa derive satisfaction from this work. form of the work. My goal is to elaborate upon what has been suggested in the Kartika Mahatmya of the Padma Purana, confirmed in the Brihad Gautamya Tantra and Matsya Purana, and described in Sri Rupa Goswami's works such as Danakeli Kaumudi. The work. All glories to the effulgent, amusing glimmer in the eyes of Radha upon seeing the pastime of her bathing ceremony, spreading bliss in every direction. Radha's glance eclipsed the beauty of Chaitra, the mouth of Madhava for spring, March, April, the full moon, and the beauty of Madhava himself. Radhika, the most fortunate daughter of King Vrishabhanu, is the best among all the women of Raj. Radha's wonderful nature gives the greatest joy to the playful Madhava, and she always plays in the company of her happy friends. One day, the daughter of Kirtida, Radha, whose spotless glory is ever increasing, went to a mango grove along with other women who held great love for Krishna. Radhika appeared like the moon of 16 faces, with all its brightness, entered the night sky, the courtyard of its pleasurable pastimes. As the Creator is skillful at producing variety, the Sakis appeared as an astonishing masterpiece of beauty. The Gopis glowed like the abundant white rays of the moon in Gokula, which also shone with spotless rays. Surpassing the sweetness of the full moon, the Gopis annihilated the difference between the waxing and waning phases of the moon. Though their bodies were naturally beautiful without ornaments, they wore many gold ornaments on their jewel-like limbs. In comparison to those golden ornaments, their dazzling forms appeared like great devotees distributing mercy to qualified souls. Because of their marvelous pastimes, the heavenly damsels praised the Sakis as wondrous, moving desire trees. Defeating the excellence of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, the Vraja Gopis proudly exhibit all the 64 arts in fullness. The luster of their bodies competed with the glitter of their jeweled chains to produce a pleasing radiance. Though there was one group of gopis manifesting various types of exalted rasa, they became divided as they quarreled in a joking manner. Usurping the residence of Lakshmi from Krishna's chest, the gopis entered the lotus of his heart to take rest. Their natural effulgences shone like all the digits of the moon rising in the attractive, joyous ocean of Krishna Prema. They emanated a natural glow like the all-attractive moon. The gopis were the embodiments of beauty and the choicest words of the best of poems. The attractive sound of their ornaments spread in all directions, as the gopis performed their actions. One group of sweet-natured gopis, filled with great attachment to Radhika, surrounded that vast gopi. They appeared like a belt of bells encircling the broad hips of Krishna.